Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. In the effort of everybody's busy weeks, I'm sure everybody's kind of probably in vacation mode. But in the effort of making sure that we save people's days and times, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I do see some people kind of still strolling in, so as a reminder, we do record these, and so we will most certainly get and all of this put up on our website if you happen to miss any bit of this as we start. So welcome to the webinar. We are talking about getting ready for summer vacations and holidays and how to utilize our system for that. By the way, I'm Ashley Faulkner. If you've attended our webinars in the past, you're probably very familiar with me and my voice by now, but those of you who are new to joining, welcome. We're glad you're here. And you can get ready for some fun information. So before we start, just kind of a few little things to keep in mind. All of you, hopefully all of you, are using the Hub, which is your user face to get into and access things for your employees. It's your hub to push information out to your employees. But this is a really great system for so many more things, and I think oftentimes those things can be overlooked. So I'm glad that we have the chance to kind of start pulling apart some of the working pieces of the Hub so that people are more familiar with them. One of those is holidays. We can build holiday schedules in to your Hub accounts. If some of this doesn't seem like it makes sense or it's foreign, please make sure you reach out to me directly. My contact info will be at the end of the show here, but reach out to me directly. We can get you set up on a good schedule, get your holidays built in there. All of this that we're going to go through today. Again, if it sounds exciting but a little bit foreign because you're not really sure that you have these functionalities, definitely reach out. We'll get you set up. Once holidays are set up, they will automatically appear on employees' timesheets or time cards. Some refer to them as with the hours that we specify when we build that holiday schedule in there, which is really exciting. It kind of eliminates a step for you guys when you're building some stuff in. And holidays can be specified for each employee and really must be specified for each employee. And that way we know who gets it. The system knows who gets it, and there's no, it kind of takes the guesswork out of things for you. So we're going to kind of dive in. Like I said, this is Vacation Central right now. Everybody's looking to take some time off or kind of get their summer plans organized. So hopefully this will kind of resonate with a lot of you. Excuse me, I am having a little bit of a choking episode here. Setting holidays up in Hub. So holidays are set up on your Hub account in your admin tab. Once you're in your admin tab, you are able to select time entry rules, which is the screenshot you're seeing right now. The time entry rules do allow us to set things like the time zones, work week starts, rounding rules if you're using the time clock. Excuse me. But it also allows us to set that holiday schedule up as well. So you'll see the holiday schedule that's highlighted there. The wonderful Miss Candace, as always, does such a wonderful job on these screenshots. So you'll be able to kind of follow along as we go, and some of this may look really familiar for you. So once we get all of the settings configured in Hub, there will be an option when you click on that holiday schedule. The standard holidays will always populate on the left-hand side. And then you'll notice there's custom holidays, which we'll get to next. But for your standard holidays, you'll see as soon as you get there, there is observed and not observed. So when we're looking at any client setup in the system, we look at the observed. What do we currently have in the system? And once you set it, the nice thing is year after year, it will always carry over. So you don't have to redo these things once a year or anything like that. Once you set it, you can kind of forget it unless you guys decide to change up some of your holidays that you observe, add, remove, whatever the case may be. You'll also notice that there is a list as well of not observed, so holidays that are not currently being observed, and all you have to do is click observe if you want to go ahead and activate that one. Once you click that, you'll be able to customize the specific holiday for what you guys have set. So full-time, part-time, time entry earning is always going to be holiday. You always want that to tie to holiday because that's what's going to populate on their time card or and their pay stub. So you'll want it to say holiday. That way they kind of know the difference of what they're getting those hours for. The full-time, part-time is really important as well. And I always tell people, go back to what your handbook says. And if you don't have a handbook, now is a great time to get a handbook put together as well. Because that's kind of your backbone of everything. And so we want this to match whatever you have listed in your handbook. So oftentimes when we're sitting down with clients and we're going through getting their hub specifications set up, one of the things that we do kind of look at is a handbook. And clients will give us a handbook and say, okay, here's my PTO schedule, here's my holiday schedule, here's what we allow clients or our employees to do. And so it's really important for us to make sure that we have a good understanding of what you guys have set forth for your employees so that we're able to make sure that the system reflects that. So when it talks about full-time hours, it's asking for you to put in, what does a full-time employee earn for holiday hours? So if you're going to say we observe New Year's Day and our full-time staff observes it with 8 hours full paid and our part-time staff, let's say they have 4. Some of our clients say, nope, our part-time staff doesn't, we don't observe holiday for them at all, or they have to work X amount of hours. And that's just something, again, it goes back to that handbook. So it's super important to have, good transparency through all of that. So you can put in full-time hours of 8, part-time hours of whatever it may be, select the time entry earning of holiday, and then click observe. Once you click observe, it does automatically move it right up into that list of observed holidays so that will automatically populate on those timesheets once that holiday rolls around. Here's a good example of it breaking down kind of those hours there. Kind of gives you a good breakdown, a little bit of a screenshot of the standard holidays. Again, we're going to get into custom. But the nice thing is, again, it's going to show you what's observed, what's not observed. If it's observed currently, you can edit it. So you'll notice that to the left of whatever holiday is observed, it says edit. You are able to edit that once you get it set. So you will be able to go in, let's say you have a change to your handbook, and all of a sudden we are now, part-time employees are now not going to have any holidays observed, then go ahead and change that to 4 to 0, excuse me. So again, you have full control over all of that in Hub. After your holiday schedule is set, you'll need to make sure each employee is set correctly to observe this. So when you're in your admin tab and you click on, the specific employee, you'll be able to set their time entry for holidays and whether or not they should be observed. So as you'll see on the screenshot to the right here, it is highlighted where it asks, should holidays be paid based on the observed holiday schedule? If this employee is eligible for holiday, and if you want them to receive that pay without you having to go in as the admin to set that, you'll want to make sure that that is selected to yes. You'll also want to make sure that your full-time and part-time designations for employees are also correct in the system. Because again, remember, we have tied our employees to full-time hours or part-time hours for those holidays. And so each employee needs to make sure that they are set correctly in the system. If Tim, who is highlighted right now, if Tim Allen is really a part-time employee, but I fail to move him to part-time, when that next holiday rolls around, he's going to get 8 hours of paid holiday time because I have him set as a full-time employee. So again, just make sure you go in to your admin tab, select your employees, and you'll want to make sure you do this for every single employee in your company, and just make sure those entry rules are set as they should be. When the holiday comes, it will automatically populate on your employees' timesheets, which is, again, reason number 1001 why Hub is so great for this kind of stuff. And it's really great to make sure you're utilizing it to its fullest capability, because this is such a big deal for clients. When the payroll runs for that pay period, it will pay out the holiday accordingly. If you do not have a specified holiday pay code and you've set this for holiday, it will pull it through. If you do have a specified holiday pay code, it will pull it through at that rate. So please make sure, again, that you're selecting that holiday rather than regular pay. And it's kind of easy as that. To our creating custom holidays. So again, those custom holidays, we understand, and trust me when I say we get a lot of clients that have multiple holidays that just aren't standard, and that's because they've kind of, developed their own stuff internally, which I think is so fun. But employees think it's fun too. Things like birthdays. I had one client that once wanted to set up, they celebrate people's birthdays, they celebrate anniversaries, but they also give them like a handful of fun days. And so we set them up as the name for the holiday was Fun Day. And I think that's just really cool. I think it's nice to be able to have those custom holidays should you use them. Not all of our clients use these custom holidays by any means. It's just a way for you guys to do stuff if you do it a little bit differently than the norm. So once we get in, let's create a custom holiday here. Once we get in, it's going to ask you for the field. So you're going to put in the date of that custom holiday. So again, this is why it's kind of fun to say, oh, you have fun days, or we, give you X amount of days. So it kind of gives you a good feel for what you guys can do. The example here we have is day after the 4th. So this is really cool because some clients say, hey, the day after 4th of July, we don't want our staff to worry about coming in. So we're going to set the date to 7/5. We're going to put it as day after 4th. And then you'll see that we've selected our full-time and our part-time hours. And then just make sure, again, that code is selected to holiday. And then simple as that, you just hit add holiday. And it will automatically populate that holiday for you to be observed. You'll just click observe, but it'll automatically populate that now, and it will populate onto the employee's timesheet once that holiday rolls around. So again, super customizable. It gives you guys plenty of options, which is nice, but it is pretty fun. And then just some quick tips here for keeping employees engaged during summer. This is always such an interesting time of year. A lot of clients have employees that, have kiddos that are in school and now they're on summer break. And so, it does kind of change the dynamic, I think, a lot for certain companies to have summers, roll around, and they're busy and family vacations and, kiddos out of school. It does most certainly kind of pose a good amount of, need for you guys to have some flexibility. So try to allow more flexibility. I get this is not always possible for everybody. So you just have to do what's best for your business. But having a little bit more flexibility and a more flexible schedule definitely, can keep those employees engaged too, knowing that, hey, they're really working with us to try and accommodate our schedules. Try some summer competitions or activities. Do fun stuff with your staff. There's definitely ways to keep everybody happy and engaged. Encourage employee creativity. I'm not sure why I'm having such a hard time talking today. But encourage employee creativity. So maybe ask employees, hey, what do you guys want to do this summer? Is there a fun beat the heat thing that we can do internally? Sometimes we'll just randomly go get ice cream for our staff or popsicles for our staff because, what better way to beat the heat than with some ice cream or popsicles? So, just different things like that you guys can do internally is huge. Summertime decor. Pretend like you're at the beach. Get some good themes going on. It's so fun. It's just amazing what something like that can really do to help energize people. And then rewards for hard work and dedication. There's a bunch of temptation to skip, in the summer. Summertime rolls around, people want to leave, they don't want to be in the office. So, you know, make sure you're rewarding those for hard work and dedication to making sure that, you know, they're there and they're putting in their time and they're giving it their all. Because I know it's hard to look out the window and say, geez, it's 80 degrees outside and here I am sitting inside. So make it fun, make it, you know, rewarding for them. And then set some summertime goals and rewards for accomplishments. That's always kind of a fun deal to set some goals for the summer. Hey, you know, internally, what do we want to do? And then get some good rewards for that as well if those goals are hit. You know, again, really make sure they're taking vacations. This is such a pivotal time for, you know, clients to engage with their employees and really keep that. You know, we always say here that having clients that are well refreshed and rested and have a good brain break sometimes, those tend to be, you know, your most engaging employees. But making sure that they take those vacations and are able to get out and have some me time is always really good too. And then summer charity projects, keep these in mind. Having a feeling of purpose during this relaxing time can also, you know, really help employees to stay engaged. So, you know, Habitat for Humanity, you know, building houses, just doing anything fun for people, or, you know, getting your staff involved in a charity can be really rewarding too. So it's just important to make sure that, you know, everybody kind of has that feeling and that purpose. And we want to make sure that as employees are, you know, getting a refresh this summer and able to kind of disconnect a little bit or re-engage with even their families, you always think about how that comes back to you as an employer. You know, happy employees are much more encouraging at work. They're much more engaging, and so it's really important to make sure you figure that balance out and do what's best for your company. And that wraps up. Like I said, I wanted to make sure we kept this short and sweet and on time here, but that kind of wraps it up. If you have any questions at all about what we've gone over today, past webinars, upcoming webinars, things that you want to see, things that you haven't seen, you know, again, we are trying to kind of pull apart some of these aspects of Hub and really our systems overall just to make sure our clients know and have the latest and greatest of information. So contact information there is on the screen. Please reach out to me directly. I would be happy to answer any questions you guys have. You can also reach out to your payroll specialist as well. They will most certainly be able to help direct you and or get you in touch with me at that point too. We did have a question come through. Is this true for salaried employees as well? Absolutely. It is absolutely true for salaried employees. It does not matter if they're hourly, salary, seasonal. This applies to all. So great question there. Again, I'll go ahead and wrap it up now, but if anybody has any questions, further questions than that, please shoot me an email. I'd be happy to address it. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your summer. I hope everybody's able to get out and enjoy some of the sunshine. Shout out to our Arizona friends and family there, clients that you guys are battling some high heats, I hear. So we'll send you some cooling thoughts. The rest of us, hopefully we get some warmer weather here in Colorado. And with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Have a great rest of your day, you guys.